Hey guys, today I'm going to be explaining how to confirm the K2 overall bias, and here are the steps that you use on the chart, and they are ranked from most important to least important. So for the first requirement here, or first overall bias, you want to confirm the retail sentiment bias. In order to do that, you will look at the IG sentiment. I will be putting all of these links on the website. So if you guys are watching this video, probably scroll down, you guys will see the links below for this specific bias here. So for retail sentiment bias, we're going to be using IG sentiment. I'll pull it up over here real quick. So as you can see right here, this is the IG sentiment. Basically, what you're looking for here is where majority of retail traders are trading. So if majority of traders are trading long, which if they're buying, you want to do the opposite and sell. Vice versa, if majority of retail traders are selling, you want to do the opposite and go long. So you want to buy if they're selling, you want to sell if they're buying. So with that said, looking over here, you basically want it to be over 60%. So basically 60 to 65% or more will be a strong bias. Anything below that is still going to be a bias, but it's not going to be very strong. So as you can see right here, you can see that the IG sentiment is currently 46% long and 54% short. So this indicates that 54% of retail traders are on the short side. Although this isn't a strong bias for retail sentiment, this is still a bias indicating that majority of retail traders are short. So you definitely want to be going long and trading opposite of everyone else. So with that said, that's going to be the first requirement right here. You want to make sure that this here, that you're trading in the direction of the bias, right? So we're just going to put this right here. All right, I'll just draw it on here real quick so that you guys can see it a bit better, just for example. So this is going to be example. Sentiment is 54% short, so we go long by against majority. So there goes the example for retail sentiment. For fundamental bias, you're going to be using CNBC. I'll provide the links below as well for that. And for this example right here, we'll pull up CNBC. There's two different fundamental biases that you can use. If you're trading during normal US hours, then this will be updated. You can see right here that it is currently up 932 points. If you look at the bias over here, you basically want it to be above 100 points or below to confirm that bias. The higher the number, the stronger the bias. So with that said right here, since the bias is 932 points in the green positive, you're definitely going to be looking for buys here. So for this example here, the example is going to be, let's see, example 900 plus points positive. So we buy, right? As I mentioned earlier, there's two different ways to use the fundamental bias. If you're trading during US hours, you want to use, the daily average. If you're trading after hours, then you can use the futures data over here, which is, it's updated right now, but this is currently for the new day because the new day just started. It's 4:45 my time, and the new day has just started. So this isn't going to be aligned with what was happening over here. So it just depends on when you're using it. If you're using it during New York hours, which is what is recommended, you're trading a US asset, you want to trade during US hours. So with that said, if you're trading during New York session, use it daily. If you're trading after hours, or if you want to trade after hours, use the futures data because this is open 24 hours. You can see that this was just updated. This one hasn't been updated for the past 2 hours. So with that said, that's going to confirm a bullish bias for the fundamentals. Lastly, for the technicals over here, there's different ways to confirm it. You can draw it by hand if you really wanted to. You can draw a trend line there and identify where the trend is going, which is an uptrend, obviously. Or you can use something simpler like the K2 pivots. If price is above the K2 pivots, obviously price is trending to the upside. You guys can see right here. it's in a strong uptrend. You can also use the K2 trend meter below here. If it's green, that means that price is trending upwards. If it's red, it means that price is trending downwards. So pretty self-explanatory. If you guys can confirm that, you guys can see obviously right here, trend meter is green, price is above the pivots. Technical bias is, example, bullish, using the K2 pivots plus K2 trend meter. All right, so I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. So using these examples right here, the sentiment is currently 54% short. So this is indicating that we should be looking for some buys. Also, the fundamentals over here, looking at CNBC, you guys can see here that it's currently where it was up 932 points. So with that said, we're definitely looking for a buy there. And lastly, for number 3 right here, technical bias, you just want to confirm that the technicals are also moving that direction. So if you have all of these met together, this is going to give you a strong overall bullish bias. Vice versa, if things were opposite, then it would give you a strong sell bias. So once you have that bias confirmed, you'll know exactly where to trade. You're going to be looking for some buys. And just a reminder, these are all listed in rank of importance. So retail sentiment is always going to be number 1, then fundamentals, then technicals. And that's pretty much it, guys. So that's an explanation of how to confirm the K2 overall bias.
K2, yeah, we headed for the top now. K2, yeah, we call it when it drop down.